Thanks for hopping on tonight, guys. So we're just going to go over, Allie, Katie, and I are going to be running the August 21-day run group, just like we started in July, which we got lots of great feedback, and we saw a lot of good success coming from that. So we wanted to do it again and just give you the modifications and what we're kind of focusing on with new coaches, seasoned coaches, and coaches that really want to kick it up a notch. So we'll just be sharing what it's all about, and you guys can give us any questions you have, any concerns, and that'll be it. Allie, or yeah, you want to talk about
how the post will be?
Yeah.
Okay, so just a couple things. So we were gonna do all separate groups, but I don't know about you guys. I get like major group overload. So we're gonna keep everything in one group, which means every day there's gonna be a post from Katie or I that's gonna say, day 1, day 2, and we're gonna break it down into 3 segments. So the first one is for anyone who's like we're calling you the runners. So anybody who's in this group that's ready to run and do this, there will be 3 tasks, and then below that it'll say new coaches. Because new coaches are going to be doing pretty much the same thing, but just a couple things might be a little bit different because, you might be talking to more of your friends and family right now. You have to do your coming out posts, like that kind of stuff. So we'll have that segment. And then the last one is for the super speedy sprinters, the 10Xers we're calling them. So if you've read the 10X rule already, you kind of know what that's about. But it's really just taking everything up a notch. And that can look different to everybody. Like, we're just going to give you a suggestion. Like for tomorrow, for example, the first 2 groups are focusing on adding and connecting, but I want the people that are 10Xing it to invite 10 people. But the new coaches, obviously, you don't have to worry about doing that yet. If you want to, it's in there and you can, but we just kind of broke it down so that you can choose your path, because we want to have something for everybody. And then once you're done, it's going to say like comment with a screenshot or comment with a goal or comment with where you are in your book or something, so that we can keep an eye and see if you did it. And then we've been doing weekly prizes. So anybody who does at least 5 out of the 7 days gets entered into a drawing, and then we give out little presents. So that's how the posts work. And then also, as far as the units, there are some units with the prep stuff. I know a lot of you saw those already, prep stuff. And then I just took all the little scripts or templates or whatever you want to call them, the wording we used for our invites last group, and put them in one spot too, and kind of divided it up. So everything is in there, but then we're still going to be in there daily with here's today's post. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. And don't feel overwhelmed. Like if you see that 10Xer and you're a new coach and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to be able to do that, or that sounds crazy, like don't even look at it. Just stay focused on your little segment and you'll get to where you need to go, and we're here to help with that. Katie, you want to add anything?
Yeah, I was just going to say what I love about, because we just started doing this in July, for those of you who don't know, what I love about this group is we're literally going to tell you on a daily basis, we're going to give you an idea of what to post on social media. So for those of you who are just in the new coach training, this is great because now you're going to have ideas of what to actually be posting on a daily basis to add variety to your news feed, to make it so nothing ever feels icky, but also to be sharing a good combination of the business and your health journey, and then you as a person, you know what I mean? So people can connect with you. So this group is great because we're literally going to be telling you what to do on a daily basis to help those 3 people this month and be successful. And I feel like last month, we saw so many coaches hit Success Club last month that were in that group, and it was amazing. And the energy, another reason that really brought me into coaching was I wanted that community. I wanted these girlfriends. I wanted people that I wanted to show up to work with every day, that I picked, that are my friends, and that's who you guys are. And so I love that we get to do this together as a team, and the energy is high, and it's 3 weeks of focused, simple tasks that should really take you 30 minutes or less a day so that you can find success in this business without like overwhelming or overcomplicating it. And so I love this group, and I'm like ready to start day one tomorrow. I'm excited. I kind of feel like this because we kind of had like this last week off, like as a break between the two. And it was, don't get me wrong, it was nice to kind of like have a break to kind of like pull back a little, but I'm excited to run with you guys again. Like, let's help some people. That's all I really have to add. And for those of you already in the group, you saw I posted a graphic with like a schedule of each day's posts ahead of time, post ideas. You obviously don't have to post these exact same things, but I think it's a great way to like have a game plan, like know what you're going to post. And if you want to, like before you go to bed, when we get off this call, take 5-10 minutes and write out your 7 days of captions, and maybe even find photos that are already in your camera roll. Cause I guarantee you there's 20-30 photos in your camera roll that are shareable, that you could like pre-plan your content for the entire week and save yourself time on a daily basis. So next Sunday, I'll do the same thing. We'll post the 7 days ahead of time, but then again, each morning as part of your 3 daily tasks, we'll break it down a little bit more, and remind you of what the daily post is. That way, again, just to help you stay consistent on social media, because just one more reminder, your social media is your storefront. So showing up daily, being consistent there shows people who are paying attention to you that, oh shoot, like she's here every day. She shows up, So just remember, this is your storefront, and this is how you get to share your journey and inspire others. And I'm really excited for this. That's all I got.
Yeah, the consistency with posting is like so crucial, because it's like that consistency thing. Like if you go away for a few days and then you come back, someone's going to say, okay, she's not consistent either. So if she can't be consistent, how is she going to help me get consistent with my goals? So that's why every single day, like if a day goes by and I'm like, oh crap, I didn't share my workout post this morning. Like that to me is like, oh crap, like that's something that I want to be doing every single day. And with Lift, like guys, this is like the most crucial time to be sharing what you are doing every single day. Your workout, whatever nutrition you're doing with Lift, whether it's, you want to share what you had on your cheat day today, or you want to share one of your meals, or you had this like really big nutritious meal that looks like a ton of food, because people think probably when they see our 2 week progress photos that like we aren't eating, because for 8 workouts, some of our results are amazing in 2 weeks. So I think it's really important to show people like you are eating food. I have customers coming to me saying, I got these containers and I thought I was going to be starving, and I can't get this much food in my day. And that's actually where I'm struggling, is eating enough food, because in the past, that's always what I've done, is restricted. So making sure like every day you should be sharing about Lift, because we aren't even launched yet with Lift. So sharing that every single day is so important, because we're in the pre-launch right now. We're going to go with round 2. It launches October 1st. So sharing our results is even better than being able to share like test group results, because this is like real people in our community that you're going to be in this group, and you're going to be with the girls learning that have had these results so far. So just sharing all about that every single day is so important. Like if you want to change it up, maybe one day it's your workout and you're like, how much you can't believe you're so sore doing 4 workouts a week. Maybe the next day it's sharing your shake recipe. Maybe the next day it's sharing that you like were able to do 1 more push-up than the day before. And then maybe the next day it's sharing your cheat day meal, whatever it is. So like something just different, but every single day you're sharing about Lift, so that people can come along that journey with you. Because that's what people are going to be like, oh my God, she's been doing this 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And every week she has better results. And I'm like, I'm still, eating donuts and having a margarita.
And I just want to add one thing real quick there. So, for those of us who have been coaches for a while, we always hear about algorithms, and like, we were told before we should post 3 to 5 times a day. And then it kind of went down to 1 time a day. Here's what I have to say about that. Like, especially at a time when brand new program is out, and we're still in the midst of like, we're still doing this program, this brand new program. We haven't even finished the first round, not even halfway through. Like screw the algorithms. Post as many times a day as you want. I think you should post at least once a day. And this is also a great opportunity to be sharing both on your news feed, like on your Facebook news feed and your Instagram news feed, but also in stories. For those of you who are, maybe not brand new, if you haven't done the Instagram 101 Academy that our team Upline has created, like, it's definitely worth it because it teaches you how to use stories to like get more eyes on your stuff. But that's a great way to be posting more than once a day and sharing all these great things about Lyft, but still sharing about you as a person too. You know, so just do what feels right for you. And personally, I'm at least once a day, but 1 to 3 times a day posting, I think is optimal, you know?
Yeah, for me, I feel like I could share about Beachbody all the time and I'm like, oh my gosh, sometimes I have to remind myself like, okay, Steph, reel it in a little bit, like share about other things going on in your life because I just love sharing about it. So for me, it's like, I like that balancing act. I'm like, okay, I posted about Beachbody, so now I'm excited to share something that's not Beachbody because I can balance it out and I know that's like what's important. So just kind of keep that in mind too. If you feel like, oh, I've been sharing about, you know, my family or my hobbies or traveling, you know, oh shoot, I haven't posted about Beachbody. So just kind of really, if you can focus on a non-Beachbody and about Beachbody post, you know, at least once throughout the day.
Yeah, and then as far as groups go, some questions on that. You can invite to our current Lift 4 group. You don't have to start a new one. If you want to start your own group, you can. And like, you can totally do that. But don't make it harder than it has to be. We do have that group running, and like Katie said, we're turning each week into a unit so that people who are starting on Monday can go to those posts and see them. But I mean, the main thing there is just keeping the energy up, posting our post-workout, posting our supplements, our performance line, Shakeology recipes, regular recipes, and just supporting each other. So it doesn't matter if you're on week 1 or if you're on week 3. You know, as long as you're in there and active, that's what's important. We will be doing a free group again as a team. We haven't decided if we're doing clean week or just a clean eating one this time. And then we are doing what is coaching events every single Thursday for the month of August. We might change the day in September, but we think as far as planning these posts and you guys getting in a routine, we're just keeping them on the same day so that it can be consistent and not too crazy. So that's kind of the game plan as far as like you always have something to invite to every single day because we have that coaching event every Thursday and then we have our Lyft group and then we'll have the free group stuff coming at you later in the month. So I just want to touch on that. Anything else I'm forgetting? Or any questions on this?
Yeah, if there's any questions, it might trigger anything else we need to talk about.
Oh, and the last 2 days of our 21-day run group, so days 20 and 21, we are going to do another push to Emerald. So those of you who are just on the new coached kickoff call and the rest of us, like personally for me, my goal every month is just Emerald over and over and over again. You know, Emerald, 2 coaches at a time, 2 coaches at a time. So this is going to be great because this 21-day run is going to lead right up to a push to Emerald. So all these people that you're inviting, whether it's to the What Is Coaching events or to whatever challenge group you're running or to the Team Lift 4 group, you know, ideally you're going to get customers who are going to love this, that you can either offer them the discounts or just people who are ready to open a business. So just be prepared for that. We will do another push to Emerald. So that'll be on days 20 and 21.
And use the group. Like if you're stuck with something, like I know a couple of us were like, oh man, I am like, seriously, I've invited 50 million people. I'm out of people. Then just, you know, post, what should I be doing? I'm out of people right now. Then in that case, it's like, okay, let's connect with new people and let's just make some new friends this week and really put your focus there. Because as long as you're doing something to move your business forward, like that's what matters. So these are the tasks we want you to do. But if you get to a point where you're stuck, post in the group, reach out to your coach, and then we can kind of guide you in the next direction of, you know, where you should go next. Because we want to keep it fun and just simple. That's the plan. Anything else?
Any questions about it? I'm trying to think if we forgot anything.
Any favorite
It's just
prizes
ready.
you want us to give away? Or any prizes?
If any, yeah, and maybe if you like personal development, just figure out, we're just going to kind of do our own thing, right?
Yeah, this month for personal development, we're all doing kind of separate stuff. Last month we all did the same book. because Christina did a book club. So if you need help with finding one, I know a lot of girls are doing Reading Girl Wash Your Face. If you need suggestions, just let us know.
I'm still reading 10X, so that's going to be mine throughout the month.
I'd like a suggestion.
Yeah. Hey, girl.
Do you feel like there's anything that you personally are struggling with, whether it's...
No, but I feel like I always do better with just like motivational books more than like business-driven books.
Mm-hmm. Have you read, one of my personal favorites is I Am That Girl by Alexis Jones. I loved that book. I felt like that was a very personally inspiring and motivating book that like just got me amped up about being the best version of me and like not comparing myself to other people. So
what was it called?
Like I Am That Girl by Alexis Jones. That's one of my favorites.
Thanks.
And a lot of people do like You Are a Badass and You Are a Badass.
I love that one.
Did you read the Making Money one?
No. Is that good?
You Are a Badass at Making Money.
I liked that one better. Yeah, I was obsessed. I listened to it. I bought it. I highlighted it. I loved it.
And I personally am going to be reading a book called Rejection Proof. And just from the cover alone, it's like an umbrella with no's raining down on you, like on top of it. So I felt like I personally, I'm just being completely transparent here. July was a really tough month for me. Like, and I got hit with more no's than I have in a really long time, which we all know no's just mean not right now, but it still kind of got me down a little bit. So I know that that's where I need some personal help. So that's what I'm reading is called Rejection Proof.
And I think every day we're going to be focusing on affirmations and looking at your goals every day and your vision and just having that in the task every single day.
I'm listening to some Gary Vee, Crushing It. His first book was Crush It.
If anyone gets you going, it's good.
I know. I needed.
Whenever I hear him, I'm like, Jesus, I'm ready to work.
Yeah, Big Magic wasn't doing it for me. So I'm like, I need Gary Vee. But 10X Rule, Grant Cardone is a good one too. He can pump me up.
Yeah, I heard his audio was really good. I'm reading the book, but my friend said that audio, like he kind of goes off. You can tell it's not like planned. And so you feel like you're in the car lot commuting, like, and you're like, when am I even going to get 20 minutes in a day to read or 10 pages or whatever? Just get audios and listen in your car. When I would drive to Boston every day, that's what I always did was the teen wake up calls, the national wake up calls, and personal development.
Today while I was grocery shopping, I had my headphones in and I had listened to some podcast suggestions. So I actually ironically opened up Gary Vee's podcast, and the very most recent one was how to be a successful fitness influencer. And I was like, well, that's perfect. So that's what I listened to while I was grocery shopping today.
Cool. Was it good?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. He had a couple different people who had like called in with questions and he was like answering them. And you know what? One of the things that the biggest takeaways I had from that today, which really isn't that big of a takeaway, but he's like, I've been an entrepreneur for like 34 years, like my whole freaking life. Yeah. He's like, and I didn't see success right away. He's like, you know, and when you are in fitness specifically, and maybe you already are at your goal weight, or you didn't have a huge physical transformation that you needed, and you're sharing so much of that, people only see perfect. He's like, what I would take from it is I would wait till the day or find the days that I had the biggest zits and like share that. So people like connected with me and saw that I was real and raw, and just realized that it just takes a little bit of time. Oh, total side note, but that just reminded me the other thing he said, like August is the month of the year to go all in.
Yeah.
Like, I hope you guys realize we're coming up. I hate to even say it out loud, but like Christmas and the New Year is right around the corner. And this is going to be the biggest time in our fitness, in our business, is the end of year, first year. So what you do now is going to set you up for a successful 2019. And he was like, August is the month to go all in. So if you're a brand new coach or you've been at this for a while, like this is the month to like push yourself. So that was my other takeaway.
Yeah, I heard him once and he was like, some people are sitting by the pool drinking the rosé, but the real people that want to see results in the next year are working, hustling. in August. He's funny. He's not for everyone though, so you might listen to him and be like, I can't, but he tells it like it is. Let's just say that. Anything else?
Do we have a few minutes? Does anybody want to share goals for the month, maybe, even? It's up to you.
I gotta still write mine down.
I gotta write mine down too.
I'll do that right after this call.
We can share them in our group too.
Yeah, we can share them in the group.
There you go.
But I mean, I'm gonna say for August, I'm gonna say at least 6 coaches since recruiting. And then
Yep, I wrote my goals down
14.
the other day. Yeah. My goal is Success Club 10 and 4 coaches. I'm about to sign my mom up. I was going to call her when we get off because she's in Utah, so so I might hopefully get her signed up tonight. That's the goal.
yay! Yeah, there's a couple girls that signed up like last week, and they already signed up their husbands, so I was pretty proud of them. So shout out to you girls. You know who you are. Anything else? I'm really excited. And just remember, like, if you're feeling like overwhelmed or like something, anything, just reach out to your coach and just talk to them about it, and they can guide you in the right direction of what to do. Especially if you like just started in the past week. You have your 7-day training and so this is really just for you guys to be able to get into the routine of posting, doing your personal development. It's not like going balls to the wall. It's just getting your new training and just getting into the routine of doing something every single day. And then we'll be doing this every single month. So maybe in September, you'll be able to pick it up from new coach tasks to regular coach tasks. But even if it's just, adding one more person a day than before is going to move you forward. I'm excited. New month, it's all fresh. But if anyone else wants to read 10X with me, I would love to do it with
Nikki
you.
said she's going to.
Who is?
Nikki is, I think.
Yay!
To listen.
Goody.
And I even think you might like it, Shelby. I know it's businessy, but it's still, the audio is really good.
Yeah, and it's funny, what I was reading yesterday was he was saying like, it was like writing down your crazy goals in the morning, writing them down at night. Like it's so much about affirmations and goal setting and yeah. So
I just heard you are a badass at making money because I really like that author's wording. So
yeah,
hopefully.
I like it.
And Katie, I'm doing rejection proof as well, so we'll have to share notes.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's great. Definitely will.
I will say this past weekend I had my first successful dodge of pricing, sort of. Like she asked if she had to get a challenge pack, she wanted a deal. And I didn't really ignore the question. I just emailed back with how the challenge pack was a deal, and she said yes.
Yay. Whoop,
Nice.
whoop. Cheers to that. Awesome.
All right.
So you already have Success Club for the month of August.
Success Club 4.
Woohoo! Yeah, girl. Anyone else have Success Club they want to share about? Anyone else?
Nikki said 2.
Yay!
Maria said 2. Yay.
I think I hit 6.
Woohoo.
Anyone else? That's
I don't
awesome,
have
guys.
Success Club, but I have a question.
What's up?
So I'm getting a lot of no's due to pricing. And how do you guys, I know Shelby just mentioned how she kind of dodged it and mentioned everything that's included instead. But how do you go around that? Because it sounds like all these girls are just a firm no
So
because of the price.
what was how did you deliver it? Did they say, I want information, and then you sent them info, and then they came back and said, no?
Yeah, I sent them your script back pretty much because I didn't know how to word everything that's included with the I guess the challenge pack with the Shakeology or the performance, and then the mega one. So
And then, so they just said they couldn't afford it, or it was, how did they word it?
they were like, I really want to do this with you, but right now the funds aren't here. I got like 2 that were like that. One that was like, oh, like I'm just going back to school and I'm living that college life, and basically the same idea. College, the funds are not there. So
Usually when people like are
and
like,
I don't know how to reply back,
yeah. Usually when people say to me, like, I really want to, but I don't have the money right now. I usually just say, like, I totally understand, and just kind of say, like, I get what they mean. And I say, like, keep in mind that I think a lot of times people are afraid to commit because they're afraid they're not going to get the results and be throwing money away. So I'm like, don't forget, it's a money back guarantee. You're pretty much guaranteed kick-ass results in just a couple of weeks. So, if that helps you to think that, like, it's worth your money. Or sometimes I say, if it's not a great time right now, honestly, even if you put like $20 aside, then you would have enough money to do my challenge next month. And I'm like, how does that sound? And then I usually go from there.
So, and then there's 2 tactics I use. The first is feel, felt, found. I don't know if you've ever heard that before, but so feel, felt, found. I totally understand how, girl, I felt the same way, right? When I first started, for me, legitimately, like, this is my story. When I first started, I put it on my credit card and I didn't care because I was going to, first of all, I was banking on the 30-day money back guarantee, could return it. But then I found that I ended up loving it, and it actually ended up saving me money because, I'm basically prepaying for 30 meals with Shakeology, prepaying for my fitness, so feel, felt, found, like, word it that way. That's going to help. And the other tactic is asking people, if money wasn't an issue, is there anything else holding you back? Because often people throw up the money objection as an easy way to get out of actually talking about what is really holding them back. I learned this from Chelsea Pearson. She does this. And so then they're usually like, no, really, I just don't think that I'm going to be able to hold myself accountable. Or no, I think this is going to be like everything else and I'm going to give up after a week. Like, then the real fear will usually come to fruition. And then you can talk them through that. And then usually the money objection goes out the window.
Something that's been working for me is like my first email that I send to people who are interested doesn't include prices. It just kind of tells them everything about it, like what I offer, things like that. And then I ask them how they think, what they like about what they read, what questions they have. And then usually, like, they ask how much it costs in the follow-up email, but it gets like more engaging conversations.
I'll try all of those this week.
Yeah, just try different things and see like how it vibes in different people. You can kind of tweak it. Other things too is just like following up and inviting them to the free group. Like, I totally understand. Maybe, you can budget it later. I am running a free group in a couple weeks.
That's what I've been doing, actually.
And then also inviting to the business randomly. So they say no, you say, okay, maybe you want to do my free group. And then in like 2 weeks, just say like, hey, I know you mentioned like money was an issue. Have you ever thought about doing what I do as a coach? You can actually earn some side income, get discounts. So I go that route too. But yeah, like all of these different things, just kind of try different ones. And because Shelby's is good too, like giving them all that value first and then talking about the price, feel, felt, found, money guaranteed, like all of it.
I do know some coaches that people say like, well, how much is it? And they're like, well, I kind of have to find out more about you first, especially like in the past when we had DVDs and we had to really like suggest a program and just finding out like what they're doing, if they're doing any workouts or nutrition, anything currently. And then kind of like what Shelby does, find out more and then deliver. But yeah, it depends on the person too. Like sometimes I've done what Allison said, like if I felt like it was the right person, I was like, girl, if you can't afford this, you need to be a coach and like get on our team and start making some income. And that was the type of person that I knew I could say that to. So trial and error. And everyone's going to be different all the time. You know, you'll
Fail forward.
probably use a smorgasbord, and like when we say we have girls in our challenge groups that are from like years of them saying no, it's, you know, people will do it when they feel ready. Like people will come to me and say like, oh, I'm like, I know I've said no to you so many times, but I'm like at a breaking point and I need to do something. And at that point, the money doesn't matter.
And if money really is an issue, and if all else fails, just say, okay, I totally understand this month doesn't work out for you. Is it okay if I put you on my list to check in with you next month? And then do what you say and follow up with them next month to show them that you're there, that you're consistent, that you do what you're going to say you're going to do, and that you care about them.
Yeah.
Cool. Any other questions? That's a good one.
I have one real quick. What is a good response, or what have you guys found for somebody that wants to do the coaching, but they've failed at other like MLM things in the past because they feel like they don't have enough followers or enough people like in their warm market?
I haven't gotten that a ton, but off the top of my mind, what I would probably say is just kind of even when someone asks me how like our product compares to another thing they've used in the past, I just like share what we can do for them and say like, you know, this is what we have for trainings. This is how we share, you know, in our team that we share with, building your business with sharing your journey, and just kind of like telling them we have trainings for them. They're never alone. Every single month we tell them what to do, and just really tell them like about the community and how they're never doing anything by themselves, and just kind of pump up like what it is that you're proud of our team, and even the success that you've had and what it's done for you. You know, because you don't, like, I wouldn't know how to compare to other MLMs because I don't know what they do.
Yeah, she's just worried about failing again. Like that's her biggest thing. She really wants to do it and she loves the programs and the products, but
yeah, I just feel like, girl, it's a different product. You might be more passionate about this. Once it changes, you use them, it changes your life, and it's going to be a different experience. So what's the worst thing that's going to happen? You might get healthier, and then if it's not for you, you know.
Money back guarantee. Even for coaching, there's a money back guarantee, you know. So if she signs up and gets like it's not the right vibe, then you can kind of reassure her that too. Like, hey, come check it out, see what our team's about, start some of our trainings and see if it feels right. And if it doesn't, like, no hard feelings. We're still friends, I promise, you know.
And again, feel, felt, found. Like I don't know about you. I feel like probably everybody on this call can relate. Like I felt that I didn't have enough followers because I only had, you know, whatever, 600 friends on Facebook or whatever, which is still 600 lives you can change. You know what I mean? I felt like I never was going to grow on social media. I was worried that I happened to do an MLM a long time ago that I poured $400 into and like had one party and then was stuck with all this product that I was never going to use. So, you know, for me, again, I would do the feel, felt, found because I've been there, and because you probably even just felt the same way about trainings and social media. And hopefully you found that we have great trainings in our upline and through us and whatever that have helped you overcome that. And I know you've been successful. So share your own personal experience.
And I always feel like your gut, if her gut's telling her that like she's excited just try it, then go with it. And tell us when she joins. We'll be like, welcome!
we've got two
You're
of
getting
them.
the best experience ever. But that's exciting.
Anybody else?
There is another girl on our team that did another MLM in the past, and she was like, the other one was just like, she felt like it was all about numbers and sales, and she feels like Beachbody is completely different, and it's about changing people's lives. And going to Summit, she was like, it just goes to show you like that this company truly just cares about helping people live a healthier, happier, more fulfilling life. So that was nice to hear.
I have a question. I have a lot of people on my list that I just made that are getting ready to have babies or just had babies? Like, how do you approach them and what do you suggest to them?
Are they customers?
Well, I'm just on my list that I am wanting to approach them to, you know, present the opportunity.
Business opportunity or
Just any.
Yeah, I mean, if they just had a baby, then I'd be like, rock on, sister. Like, we have the most amazing programs that are gonna like make you feel better than before you got pregnant. Hands down. There's tons of girls on our team, like Allison and I, and we can talk about that, like that you absolutely can feel really good post baby. And I know most girls that want to feel better, like they're excited when the 6 weeks comes and they're like, okay, I'm going to do this. So I would say if it's pretty close, if they just had a baby, then it's a great opportunity to be like, hey, I just want you to know, like, this is what I do, and I would love to just help you get back to a place that you love yourself, and you know, just kind of go from there. And the coaching opportunity too, I do that a lot with girls that they post their 3 month, like going back to work, I'm leaving my baby, I'm crying on my way to work right now. I message them that day and I'm like, girl, I saw your post today. You should join coaching because maybe one day you could work a lot less or be home with your kids. So I use that to my advantage when people have babies because your life is completely different when someone has a child. And like before they may have been like, oh, I don't want to coach. And then they have a baby and they're like, I want to be home with this baby. And their drive is going to be that much stronger. And they must be like, you know what? I want to give this a shot.
And then would you recommend like Lift 4 for them or start them out with something different if they've never done anything before?
I mean, I feel like 21 Day Fix is a really good one for like post baby because even though Lift is 4 days a week, I think 21 Day Fix is just really good for nutrition basics. It's good for women are nursing. Like, I feel like it's just a good general one for people to start out, especially postpartum. Not as heavy lifting.
Yeah, the modifier is really good.
Yeah, so I would probably suggest 21 Day Fix. And like in 21 days, she could probably have really good results and be like, oh, I feel so much better just in 3 weeks. You know, and that would be more motivation and confidence where Lift is 8 weeks.
Perfect, thank you.
Reminder, we do have the pre and postnatal section in Beachbody On Demand. So people who are pregnant, you know, if you did want to approach someone who is currently pregnant, you know, always recommend that they check with their doctor first. You know, don't ever be like, you should start this program while you're pregnant and you've never worked out in your life. Always recommend to check with their OBGYN. But also, you know, I think it's an important reminder that being pregnant is like one of the most, like, this should be an amazing reason to take care of yourself because now it's not just you, it's you and baby, you know? And again, I think I would almost lead with the coaching opportunity to somebody who's pregnant because you could talk about them setting up success for being able to stay home with baby once baby's here, you know?
Yeah. And I mean, I couldn't, like, when I was pregnant, I wasn't drinking Shakeology a ton. I was drinking it like when I felt like it. If I was like, you know, you eat different things. I was working out far less. I was doing like just little things here and there. So like I wasn't doing the things that I ideally would have liked to have been doing as a coach, but I shared that entire journey the whole time and my business never dropped. I still hit Success Club 10 every single month, even the month I had my baby. Like I just shared it all and I shared the struggles. So the days that I was like, oh, I can't do this today, or I was able to do this today, like sharing all the ins and outs. Because you're just sharing the journey and other moms are going to relate to that. Other pregnant people. I connected with so many pregnant people when I was coaching. Like that was just a whole new network that I had. And just, you know, they don't always promote starting Shakeology when you're pregnant because your body's not used to all those different nutrients. But I mean, just moving your body and doing any type of workout while you're pregnant is so amazing. So even just sharing that along the way.
Yeah, I made little calendars too of what, like, because I mixed the prenatal workouts with different ones that were like baby friendly. I made a bunch of YouTube videos that are real cool of me doing modifications for when you're post 20 weeks and can't go on your back, for how I did chest press or whatever it was. So you can always share those if you need to. And like Steph was saying, like I felt like people were more inspired when I was pregnant because I was showing up every day and doing my workouts, and they're like, oh my gosh, this 39-week pregnant lady is still doing country heat right now. Like, I can go work out. And so I think, as far as the coaching goes or all that stuff, it just really motivates people.
Yeah, and then when they see you after you have the baby, like getting back into shape, they're like, oh my gosh, it's because you were like, you actually like took care of yourself while you were pregnant. I gained 80 pounds, and they're like, I didn't even care, so they put 2 and 2 together and they see that, and they're like, okay, well, and everyone's bodies are different. Who knows? I don't know if it was related or not, because I know for a fact, Allie was working out more than I was. I was like, yeah, she's working out more than I was when I was pregnant. We were pregnant like along the same time. But, everyone's journey is different, and people are going to relate to you for those things.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't there a new... Oh.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, my audio started cutting out. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Isn't there a new postnatal program coming out in the fall? Nikki, you're muted, but I see you nodding your head.
I want to say there is one. I think I just saw it on something that was posted.
I think so too.
Yeah,
So.
but to add to that, I started the programs to get pregnant, and then afterwards, my doctor said I had to ease into lifting weights again, even though I was already lifting. And so I used PiYo, and that's just using your own body weight. So you could always just kind of lead with that you don't even need to lift weights, that you can totally just lean out and build your core back as a person who just totally like lost their shape, and then get the strength there and then kind of ease into it. So that's good. And then what was nice too is after you have your baby, a lot of programs will say, like, if you're still breastfeeding or nursing, make sure you bump up a whole bracket. So they kind of incorporate that too for a lot of people, because you never know. Like, there's people that are breastfeeding, that aren't breastfeeding, that are trying to get, there's different needs and wants everywhere. So I would kind of roll with that.
Yeah. And the time, it's such a time saver. Like, James would sit in his bouncer and I would get my workout done, and it was like the one thing that made me feel like myself. Even when I was pregnant too, that was like, I still am myself. I can still do this, even though I have this giant belly now and all that stuff. So.
Okay, I just found it. So coming mid-August, which is like in a week, Idales Velasquez, who did Mes de Mas, she created 4 new total body workouts for expectant and new moms that covers each stage of pregnancy, first, second, and third trimester. So that'll be even more pre and post.
She was pregnant at Summit.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm.
So we got stuff for everybody.
Yeah. I really liked Autumn's too, the pre one.
Mm-hmm.
I wish there was more of them. They were really good. Anything else? So, and just make sure you check out the 21-day thing. There's homework. There's a great video in there. It's like an hour long, but it's so good. So we're having you guys watch it. So if you haven't watched it already, just really try to get into that the next few days, about posting, about, getting rid of the no's, not letting that bother you, inviting. It addresses everything. So really try to check that out.
Thank you for posting that, by the way, because you know how you resonate with the girl that lives in Michigan and she just bought her dream home? For some reason, like after I had my daughter, I totally love her. And having to watch that video, I was like, I felt like I was at my calling video. I was so like, oh my God, I love this girl. I love her so much. Like her vibe just rocks for me.
Yeah, she's pretty cool.
And I don't know, she just seems, and I don't even like pink. She really loves the color fuchsia and pink. But yeah. I loved watching it.
Yeah, good. And making your list of 100, like, it might seem like time consuming, but honestly, like, if you guys have a list of names, you can work so fast and efficient. It's pretty awesome. So even if you can do like 30 names, get them so you have your next few days of setups. You're making sure you have your personal development. Maybe you have a notebook that you can write your goals and daily affirmations in every day, because we're going to be doing that. You're going to be talking to yourself out loud the next 21 days. make sure of it.
And I don't really wake up at 3:30 in the morning to post. We just schedule the post to go out so that anybody who's an early bird, they're there for you. Just so you know, we're not getting up that early.
You can get up that early with me if you want.
No, I'm good, Nikki.
Yeah.
I get way more response on the earlier I post. Like the later and later it gets, I almost feel like it's not time worth posting. I might as well save it, but
That's good.
I'll start scheduling because I'm not getting up at 3:30 either.
Nikki is the only amazing woman that gets up at 3:30, works out, does 80-day session,
I know, right?
and then works 14 hours.
Then goes to class.
Then comes home and gets on call.
Yeah. I know, like that's why this month is so important because I start school at the end of the month.
Oh.
I have one more semester.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Just breathe.
I know. Well, you know what? When Katie just said that August was like the big month last year, that was my biggest, like my highest Success Club month was August of last year. So
You'll have
that's my goal is to beat that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Beat yours.
So.
All right, girls. And guys, if there's anyone on, I don't think so, but always forget that there might be.
All right. Well, we will see you in the morning at 3:30, bright and early.
Bye.
Hi, guys.
Have a good week. Bye.